pick each of the underlying variable and say that, okay, we made this specific decision. Yeah. It has impacted this. We should stop this wishy-washy praising or blaming. When you go down, it might not be what you're talking about. I don't know if you understand.
That prices may not be sustained.
I am an external stakeholder as of now. I don't think I'll have all the relevant pieces of information my brother Duncan
was giving,
has.
yes.
Or even now what Ato or Sammy Gyamfi'sGoldBod might have had. Especially now that I'm fully engaging, moving up and down, all these things. But trust me, what goes into these things? You're talking about world prices. Can we compare the world fuel or crude price or oil price last year, last 2 years, and today, and see that that correlation is there? And if it's true, was it actually driven by the decision-making process?
Are you saying that there's nothing unique about what
you know? This is what you do.
Okay.
I'm trying to build my thing. I'm not blaming anyone.
Okay, yeah, right, I get it.
I'm establishing a platform that I believe in. You see, one of them, the fair guy, he said that long-term solution. Because NPP and DC and the media and some of our own people, we do these things. If you don't take it, Ghana will not go anywhere.
I mean, but Doc, if you were in power, you would have taken credit for what's happening now if it were to be your tenure.
They are still not taking what I'm saying. I can praise them and sit down. I can criticize them and say, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
I'm saying that if NDC have been there, NPP have been there, they will take credit. Anybody commenting, a few of them probably they have experience that Duncan has, and then he will say things based on the data he has and his experience. Even sometimes those who have the expertise, they have underlying interest, whether in NDC and NPP. The media, to some of you don't even know. Just as maybe I may not know, you have your interest. But what I'm saying is, if we want to sit down here and analyze this thing based on the context you guys are raising, then let's do something better and deeper. Because I am very intellectually, oriented person. If you say it's ATO or NDC, then let's begin to analyze the independent variables.
Let's look at gold, for instance. And for instance, what you did during your tenure.
Can you let me do?
Oh, okay, yeah.
If you want me to say what you want, let me stop talking.
No, that's not the point.
Ask me one question. I haven't even built one point. Then you move me to another.
Apologies.
How can I also impact people so that people know that I'm not saying the right thing? Respectfully. Just give
it's also because we're running with time, so you would also want
to then this thing will not save us.
No,
I'm being honest with you.
I was just going to ask
we won't have time to talk.
Doc,
when let's have a dialogue. If you allow me to even build my preamble, you have asked me a question.
Proceed.
No, what I'm saying is that if you talk about, take the fuel price to be a dependent variable. We have independent variables, factors that influence them, or the pricing. Then you pick world market price is one.
Yes.
About 5 years down the line or up to this, what has been the price? Is it going up and so we are charging cheap? Then you can say that, the government is really doing well, even though it's going up. The government is making decisions or taking options that are helping us. Two, let's talk about the cost builder, what goes into it. I know, I'm a layman in energy sector, but I'll do my best because of my financial background, economic knowledge. You talk of taxes. You talk of exchange rate. You talk of other factors. Okay, some of them are discretionary, that the government of the day can decide to make this decision A, B, C, D, discretion. Some of them are statutory. Government cannot do anything. So if the world market price is going down and it's affecting us, you can't say it's government or not.
Is that what's happening in this case?
I think if you heard me right, I'm saying that I don't have the relevant data, but I just checked and I realized that, last year and probably last 2 years, world market prices were higher than even today. Even now, it started going up, but it's still saying that although it started going up, it's still down by almost 18% as compared to. I hope
to the previous.
Then if you talk of exchange rate, this exchange rate that people talk about is very funny. What influences exchange rate? Basically supply and demand. So what has caused it? By January 2025, between December and January, we had about $1 billion in our account as a country. How did we get it? For the first time, I stand to be corrected, Ghana had domesticated cocoa syndication. So that all the billions that they were paying outside, they paid them in Ghana here. 2, we have had a very peaceful, relatively peaceful elections. NDC has won convincingly. Investors all over the world have started having confidence in us because they saw stability. America then, because of Trump's decision, has started having terrorist war with the giant partners from the Asia. Almost all the primary macro indicators that have direct impact in terms of degree of integration to high extent has started doing so much well by the last quarter 2024. I mean, primary balance, trade balance, even inflation that was about 54.1 had come down to 22.9. Yeah. GDP had been 0.4 or 5, had come down up to 5.6. So all these factors had really influenced the currency that we are impacting us today. I will never say that Atufosin has done good or bad. First year of any new government, you cannot attribute anything big or bad to them. Let's see what goes on. But then, all these things, what we have to look at, it's not a political aspect. What one of them said, in fact, 2 of them, the politics, and then is it a solution that will be sustainable, long term? As of now, whether NDC, NPP, whether Duncan or me or Ato, we don't know the amount of dollars being circulated in Ghana.
But whatever the case, what you've relied on both as 2 different governments is the gold price or gold.
We started with the gold race.
Yeah, you started. So and that's why the question will still face you. No, let me ask the question. Yeah, but let me, that's why I want to ask the question. You did a gold for oil program. This government is going with a different approach with the GoldBod system. Don't you feel that is uniquely what's accounting for this? Because you were running.
It's the same. When you say board, I'm sure in terms of legal tenacity. All right. You know, sometimes you can have a commission or a body, but once you get to board and other things, sometimes the authority in terms of the legal, the act, there hasn't been any. But let me tell you, the economic successes we are talking, you cannot attribute it to the good thing. Of course, you cannot say it doesn't make sense. Sammy Gyamfi'sGoldBod has been doing well. He's a young guy. One thing about me is something I don't have very deep understanding or having gotten the data because we have asymmetric information management. If I'm not privy to, I'm not a politician.
Yeah, but by observation, we can tell that you run a gold for oil program.
So that has changed everything. Let me tell you, the economy by 2024, please, from here, Google or go for 2024, Dr. Atufosin's own budget statement, and look at how Ghana's economy got restored before we lost power.
In 2025.
No, 2024.
Yeah, the budget. Yeah. You mean the first
budget?
You mean the first budget of the
they started what they met. Thank you, sir.
Yes.
So what I'm saying is that in this country we run what is called defensive market economy. SMEs alone forms about 90%. And I don't want to be too technical.
Are you not having difficulties in acknowledging what the NDC administration is
because you're not ready to listen to the education I'm giving.
No, I am listening. But you're also failing to admit that something unique is happening, isn't it?
You want to do politics. No, I want to explain as somebody.
But can you really take out the politics from this?
When I'm trying to make a point that we can all learn from, then you throw me somewhere.
No, but I have to ask you the questions as well. Because,
but when you ask me questions, let me land. I was trying to explain a good point.
Yes.
Let me land, then you ask me. You're not even letting me land. The point I'm making is that the impact of any economic indicator in our country, there's a lag period. It takes a long time because our market is basically SMEs.
So what you started is now impacting the country.
Exactly. But it doesn't mean Ato and the government, they are doing bad. Right. No.
Okay.
Right now, if we are even asked just percentage of what this government had done as a percentage of our GDP, ask you what even all the great policies they say they are bringing, they haven't even started. I don't know. We call something systematic risk index. It's an index to check how fast and quickly impact of the economy, the economic performance impact people. Yeah. And because our defensive sector, ours is far less than 1. So it takes a long time. If practically we realized, anytime NPP and DC, we brag that, the economic figures are doing well. Yeah. Ghanaians normally say we don't feel them in our pocket. Yeah. So it takes a long time. Nobody can sit anywhere. And I'm not saying I know everything, but it's my field. And say that, NDC government has done so bad or so well. No. what we've been experiencing for the past 12 months is as a result of last quarter, the restoration. We had GDP 5.6. Now, GDP, even inflation have gone 54.1. By the time they took over, it had come down to 22.9. So what I'm saying is,
and now we're in a single
exactly. So it was that downward trend. Let's see now that the NDC government is coming to start to implement its own programs, make a lot of outlays or expenditures, pay most of the contractors, make decisions. Then we will see
what the true picture is.
You cannot sit here and say the NDC's government last year is doing what they are doing, or the government has done bad. I will not see that.
Okay, Solomon, let me hear from you as well. So a cumulative effect of what started under the last quarter of the NPP, you agree?
Not too sure. Because you see, in 2016, the inflation was 15.7. And then when the NPP took over, it went down to about 7. So all of us thought that it will continue the trajectory of reducing to, say, the barest minimum. However, it shot up to as high as 54%. You understand?
Yeah, 54.1.
Now, what were the factors? We were told that there was a Russia-Ukraine. You understand? As we speak, there is Russia-Ukraine. Are you with me? And it has even heightened.
Is it the same?
It has even heightened.
Oh, okay.
As we speak now, Putin and then Zelensky. The assassination attempts on Zelensky's life for the last couple of months is amazing. You understand? So it means, or it draws one conclusion, that there was so much mismanagement.
But there was COVID too.
COVID what? How long was COVID?
Okay.
How long was COVID? In fact, during COVID,
there was a pandemic.
There was a pandemic. There was chop. That was what led us there. Remember, we were told that they used 54 million cedis to cook food for you and I to eat. Did you eat? So the last I asked you. You said you never.
Yeah, but why are you asking? Why are you always asking me?
But you know I got
the rice. I mean,
I asked your studio guests. They said they never ate.
For this discussion.
Oh, but sticker.
Not you, I'm not talking.
No, but this is so much unfair to my community.
Not you.
No, it is. Then all of us, let's get up because
you are boss. They invited me not for this.
Absolutely,
that is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because
all right, then
we'll get to the NPP politics.
But I don't even want to discuss the
No, my brother.
No, but it is so.
The things you told me to come and discuss.
But you knew that, but you discussed it.
No, but whatever the case,
no, but you discussed. So you did no, but I am speaking.
Then I'm sorry.
It's so sad. It's so sad. No, it's so sad.
We'll get to the NPP politics.
The truth of the matter is that the NDC can take the credit because at the end of the day, they are managing the economy. Look, in 2008, you understand, world market price of crude went as high as $120 on the international market. Yet, Ghana, we were buying a liter of diesel at 1 cedi. What accounted for that? Because at that time, the cedi to the dollar was almost at par. You understand?
Yeah.
Fast forward today, if we were going to do the same mathematics, that if at 120 we were buying a liter of diesel at 1 cedi, then today that is around 65. We must be buying at some 20 pesos or 30 pesos. What is accounting for us buying at 9 cedi is the fact that the cedi to the dollar is not in the best of shape. We are now having to exchange 1 cedi to say $1 to say 11 cedis. So if you are able to manage your dollar very well, then you will be able to stabilize your crude. In any case, we have also not looked at the other side of the equation. You know, Ghana is a net exporter of crude. So all the windfall that we make from our crude, what do we use it for? That is why I was bringing to you what you call discipline in the system. The way and manner we prioritize things in this country, the corruption levels. If you are going to invest your money in projects that do not directly benefit the citizen, what it means is that you're only shipping away our dollar. And that will not stabilize your city. So it is about prudent management, it's about discipline, making judicious use of the limited resources that you have to improve the living conditions of your people. That was missing in the last administration, in all sincerity. How can you go and invest in National Cathedral and think that your city will be stable? Look at what we are dealing with SML, the PDS.
I mean, practically speaking, how does the National Cathedral impact on
you practically, invested $97 million of Ghanaian taxpayers' revenue into a hole. What is the benefit of that? That we could have invested it in agriculture, which would have given you returns. If indeed monies were going to get to the farmers, that we could have given it to the SMEs. Because at the same time that you were doing that, the very government had a program or policy called One District, One Factory, where businesses, existing businesses were struggling, that they needed recapitalization. You know what $97 million could do? They could have expanded these businesses, and the teeming youth that are not employed would get jobs to do. We failed to do that. We go and borrow money, we don't know how we invest it. You understand? You have a national service, a secretariat, that all of us that we say 2.4 billion missing. If you do all these things, how do you get your system established? So if this government is not doing anything and the only policy that they implemented is discipline, then that's fine. Then I prefer a government that will be disciplined to assure us of a stabilized economy than a government that comes with fanciful policies and at the end of the day, we don't achieve anything. So we need to acknowledge what they have done, but rather and encourage them to be doing more, and this time around begin to enter into the productive sectors. I heard the finance minister say that, for instance, that they intend to invest heavily in the palm oil sector. It's a very crucial aspect of our economy. Because Malaysia came here, took our palm fruit, went back to Malaysia, invested in it, and now they are making $20 billion annually from it. The cocoa that we have relied on, blessed, for all these years, almost a century or more than a century, it does not give us more than $2 billion annually. So why would we have the fertile land, the technology, even if the technology is not enhanced, that we could go and learn to come and invest in the palm plantation and we will sell.
It's good you're raising this point, because the feeling is that government has been too reliant on gold. That's all we seem to be doing.
No, that's why I'm saying that your first year, I mean, all of us agree.